What's up, guys? Welcome back to Jimmy Talks. This is going to be different from what I normally post, which is like analysis, history, geopolitics, stuff like that, current events. It's going to be different today. I need you to listen up. Seriously, listen. I'm feeling freaking pumped up and motivated right now. How many of you wake up every single day and just feel it? The wrongness, the deep gut punch, knowing that this country, our country, is being stolen right out from under us. While these so-called leaders, they sit there in their little fucking ivory towers and they sip champagne and they sell us down the river. While the culture gets dumber, it gets weaker, it gets more degenerate by the minute. While our kids are taught to hate their history, hate their country, hate themselves. Stand up if you want change in this country. Yeah, I see all of you. I know you. You're not alone. And I'm not just saying that, I'm living it right here and right now on this channel because silence is complicity. And I did not sign up for that. That is why I made this fucking YouTube channel. People ask me all the time, Jimmy, why did you start doing YouTube? Why not just go do something else? You're in the military, just go do it again. I know you liked it a lot. Go be a police officer. You wanted to go be a sheriff's deputy in a rural county. And look, I get it. I ask myself that sometimes. How am I ever going to be honest with myself? Let's be brutally honest here. Yeah, I'd love to join the army again. I really would. Even though I know what's going on, in a heartbeat. I know what you're thinking. Oh, but Israel, Jimmy, the military-industrial complex, the warmongering. Yes, I am aware of that. I'm not ignorant, obviously. I see the strings. I see the hands pulling them down. But you know what else I see? You know what I felt? And you know what I find in these comment sections? It's a brotherhood. A brotherhood like nothing else on this motherfucking planet. Carrying that weight together. Trusting the guy next to you with your wife. That fire, that honor, the duty. It's not just in my blood. Soldiering is a part of my DNA. It's who I am. It's in my bones. Same with wanting to be the police officer in some country bumfuck town. Protecting real people, real communities, where law enforcement still means something, and the sheriff is the people. That's the real America. That's the real service. But here's the thing. I looked in the mirror hard, really hard, and I asked myself the question every man has to ask eventually. What the hell are you even doing? What's your purpose? What's the point of just freaking existing, guy? What's the point of clocking in, clocking out, getting fat on soy-laced garbage, guy? Watching the country burn while you scroll TikTok, guy, sitting there fucking knife handing myself. There comes a point where you have to choose. You have to look up at the world. You have to look at the trajectory and say, this is unacceptable and I will not be complicit. And that's when everything changed for me. That's why I tailor every single decision after that moment towards one goal, saving my country. Helping my people, real Americans who go to fucking work every day, just like me. The ones who built this place. The ones who deserve to live here free and strong. I don't rip on politicians. I don't call out the globalist cabal, the Israel plants infiltrating every level of our government, the shills poisoning our discourse. I don't do it because I'm ignorant. I do it because I care deeply and profoundly. I am a patriot to the absolute core of my being. This channel is not a hobby. This is an entertainment. This is ideological and spiritual warfare. A war for the soul of America. And in this war, I choose a side. I choose the side of the forgotten man, the working man, the father struggling to raise sons in a world that tells them to be weak, that tells them to be gay, that tells them to hate themselves for being men. This generation is feminized, it's soft, it's broken. Everything is designed to make you smaller, quieter, more afraid. And I refuse to accept that. I stand against it, not for myself, for you, for the good of my people, for the survival of my culture, our nation, our blood. Serving God, yeah, that's the foundation. But how do I serve Him best in this moment? How do I honor the legacy of the name I carry, a name built on honor, on service, on sacrifice, stretching back generations? By fighting for the truth, by speaking the truth, even when it's uncomfortable, even when it will possibly get me canceled in the future, even when the bots swarm my comment section, the comments get flooded with shills. Nazi this, Nazi that, incel this. Especially when they come for me. Let them try to silence me. Let them raid my videos. Let them send their little keyboard commandos. Let them even try and kill me one day. I don't care. Because I'd rather die on my feet than live another second on my knees, bowing to this degeneracy, bowing to the globalists, bowing to the enemies within our gates. Is that dramatic? Maybe. But it's real. And when the time comes, and it will come for all of us, and I stand before my Creator, and I stand before the ghosts of my fathers, the men who built this nation, with calloused hands, and iron will and grit, and I want to look them in the eye. I want to have lived a life so full of good, so full of fight, and so full of service for my people, my fellow Americans, my patriots, that without a word, they just put their hand on my shoulder and they say, "Good job, son. You did great." That's the only approval I need. That's the only legacy that matters. And if by some miracle I changed nothing, if I spoke into the void and the void just swallowed me whole, you know what? Fuck it. I still have my honor. I still tried. I lived by my principles. I stood for something real. But let's be clear. That's not the case here with this channel. I've already helped hundreds of people, maybe even thousands. Men who were lost, who were drowning in the filth of this culture. They reached out in the comments. They said, "Jimmy, you helped me with this. You gave me back my spine. You reminded me what it means to be a man." Empowering men as a society that's hell-bent on destroying masculinity, that's not just a job, it's a mission. Making this country, these people, stronger, prouder, and more free. That's why I do what I do. So here's the deal for you. Right now, sack up. It's not an insult. It's a command, an order. If you're an American who still has a drop of red blood in your motherfucking veins, call it out. Call out the injustices. Call out the bad actors. Call out the Israeli plant sitting in our government, shaping policy for a foreign power. Call out the government shills, flooding social media with lies. Call out the degeneracy being forced down our throats. Call out the weakness being sold as progress. Do it. Don't whisper. Don't hide. Stand up. Because if we don't, then who will? The leaders in charge? The ones selling us out for campaign cash and access? No. The responsibility falls on us, the people, the patriots. That's why I do this YouTube channel. I'm not telling you to go do some illegal shit or go be violent at all. If that's what you take away from this video or you think I'm saying that, then you're wrong. So I have something else to ask for you. Figure out your life passion. What makes your blood burn? What injustice makes you clench your fists? What skill can you master to serve the greater good? And do it unapologetically. Don't ask for permission. Don't worry about the snowflakes crying. Don't waste one single second worrying what the doomers on Twitter or the comments section think. Get to it. Master your craft. Be all you can be and then some. Because you are not an accident. You are the product of generations, hundreds, thousands of years of warriors, farmers, of builders, of men who loved, who fought, who sacrificed. Just so you could breathe on this earth today. Just so you could go to McDonald's and be all comfortable. Go back home in your air-conditioned house and watch Netflix. They crossed the ocean. They tamed the wilderness. They bled on the battlefield. They fell in love. And out of that love, you were born. Your ancestors are watching. And let me tell you something. They would say if they see you scrolling, complaining, and being fucking weak, you are disappointing us, is what they would say. You have a duty. You have a sacred duty to live an honorable life, a life worth the blood and sweat and the tears that brought your existence, a life that adds value, that fights for the future, and I stand by that. No matter what the doomers say, no matter how loud the naysayers scream, no matter how dark the hour seems, honor is non-negotiable. This path, YouTube, talking to you guys, it's not an easy path for me. I walked myself out of the army, can't go back in. Someone would report this channel, I'd be done, I'd be cooked. I walked myself out of being a police officer. I'd love to have done that because I made a choice. I made a hard choice. I looked at the battlefield. I saw where the real fight was going on right now. It's not just about physical defense, though that matters. God knows. It's about the ideological defense, the culture defense. Bringing awareness, shining a light into the darkest corners of the rot, eating this country alive, exposing the traitors, and most importantly, equipping you The real Americans with the truth and the courage to fight back in your own lives, in your own communities, serving the greater good. That's why I'm here. That's why I made this channel. That's why I pushed through the hate comments. I pushed through the threats. Had a couple people put some really weird stuff in my comments that I just had to delete immediately. There's constant pressure because the cost of not doing this and like the cost of silence, it's too high. It's the cost of America. It's the cost of our children's future. So I'm asking you again to stand up. Not tomorrow, now. What are you going to do? Sit back and let the world burn? Or are you going to find your one thing, your way to serve, to fight, and to build, and do it with everything you have? Don't wait for permission. Don't wait for the perfect moment. The perfect moment is this one right now. Pick up the sword, and whatever your sword is, and swing. Fight for your family. Fight for your community. Fight for the idea of America. The swing your sword thing was a metaphor. Again, I'm not calling for violence. You need to tell the men who are being told up there in the Congress, the chambers, that they are the problem. You need to tell them that. Be the change. Be the man your ancestors expected you to be. Be the man this moment demands. And I know it's hard. I know the pressure is immense. I know the enemy is powerful and ruthless. But remember who you are. Remember where you come from. Remember the blood in your veins. You are not alone. We are a movement. The America First movement. A quiet growing army of patriots who refuse to surrender, who refuse to kneel, who choose to stand up and stand for truth and stand for honor, stand for family, stand for dignity, stand for our country, stand up for God, most importantly. Stand up if you want change in this country, because change doesn't come from politicians. It does not come from corporations. It comes from you, from us, from men and women of courage deciding enough is enough. So go do it. Find your purpose, fight for it, live it, honor your name, honor your ancestors, and honor God. Make them proud. Make me proud to call you a fellow patriot. I believe in you. Now go prove me right. God bless you all, and America first. Jimmy Talks out.